The United States is a very large country with many different people, different ideas, and different ways of life. Many people say that the United States does not have only one single culture. Instead, the United States has many cultures living together at the same time. These cultures mix, change, grow, and sometimes even compete with each other. Because of this, understanding U.S. culture is like looking at a big painting made from many colors. Each color represents a group, a tradition, a belief, or a way of living. When all these parts come together, they create something special and unique. In this essay, I will describe U.S. cultures in simple English. I will talk about history, immigration, family life, daily habits, food, music, holidays, education, work life, religion, values, and many other things. The goal is to help you understand how people in the United States live, think, and express themselves. Since the country is very diverse, not all things in this essay will apply to every person. But the essay will give you a wide picture of the many cultures that exist inside the United States. 1. A brief look at U.S. history and why it matters. To understand culture, we must also understand history. The history of the United States helps explain why the country has so many different people and traditions. Many centuries ago, long before Europeans came to North America, millions of Native Americans lived across the land. They had many cultures, languages, and ways of life. Each tribe had its own traditions, stories, and beliefs. These cultures are still very important today. Later, Europeans arrived, including the English, French, Spanish, Dutch, and others. They brought their own languages, religions, and customs. Over time, many European settlers built towns and cities. The different groups influenced one another, and new cultural traditions were born. Sadly, a very painful part of American history came with the arrival of enslaved Africans. Millions of people were taken from Africa and forced to work without freedom. Even though this was tragic, African culture strongly shaped American culture. Music, food, storytelling, language, and many other parts of American life come from African traditions. As time passed, immigrants came from all over the world: Ireland, Germany, Italy, China, Mexico, Vietnam, Korea, India, the Middle East, and many more. Each group brought its own culture. Over the years, these cultures blended with the existing ones. Because of this long and complex history, U.S. culture is always changing. It includes traditions from Native Americans, Europeans, Africans, and immigrants from nearly every country. This mix is one of the main things that makes America what it is today. 2. Diversity, the heart of U.S. culture. The United States is often called a melting pot or a salad bowl. These ideas describe diversity. A melting pot means cultures mix together to form something new. A salad bowl means cultures live together but stay unique, like ingredients in a salad. Both ideas are correct. In cities like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Houston, you can find people from almost every country on Earth. They speak many languages at home. They eat many different kinds of food. They celebrate different holidays and follow different religions. Many Americans feel proud of this diversity. Because of diversity, Americans are often curious about other cultures. Many students learn about world cultures in school. People often try foods from other countries. For example, tacos from Mexico, sushi from Japan, pho from Vietnam, pizza from Italy, and curry from India are common foods in the U.S. Diversity also affects clothing, music, movies, and art. The U.S. culture is not fixed, it grows, changes, and adapts every day as different people share their ideas. 3. Individualism, a key value for many Americans. One of the strongest ideas in U.S. culture is individualism. This means people believe in independence, personal freedom, and the idea that each person should control their own life. Many Americans grow up with messages like, "Be yourself. Follow your dreams. You can be anything you want. Work hard and you can succeed." Because of this value, many Americans try to make their own decisions, choose their own careers, and live in a way that feels true to themselves. They believe it is important to take responsibility for their actions. Individualism also affects communication. Americans often speak directly and clearly. They say what they think, even if it is uncomfortable. They feel it is better to be honest than to hide their opinions. However, not everyone in the U.S. thinks the same way. Some communities value family or group harmony more than individual freedom. But overall, individualism is a strong cultural idea in the country. 4. Family life in the United States. Family is important in every culture, but family structure in the U.S. can be very different from culture to culture. Common family types. Many families are nuclear families, meaning they include parents and children living together. But many families are different. Single-parent families. Families with unmarried partners. Blended families, step-parents, step-siblings. Multi-generational families, grandparents living with children. Same-sex parents. There is no single right family structure in the U.S. People accept many different ways of forming a family. Independence and parenting. American parents often teach their children to be independent. Children may be encouraged to choose their own clothes, express opinions, learn problem-solving skills, take part in activities outside the home. Teenagers often work part-time jobs to learn responsibility. Many young adults move out at 18 or after high school to live independently. 5. Daily life and social habits. Daily life in the U.S. can be very busy. Many Americans work long hours. They balance work, family, friends, hobbies, and personal time. Communication style. Americans usually smile when greeting others, maintain eye contact, shake hands or sometimes hug, speak casually. Use first names quickly. People often say please, thank you, and sorry, even in small situations. Friendship. Friendships in the U.S. can form quickly. People may invite you to events, talk openly, and show kindness early. But friendships can sometimes feel casual compared to other cultures. People may be friendly but still very private about personal matters. 6. American food culture. The United States does not have one food culture, but many. American food is a mix of foods from around the world, blended with local traditions. Traditional American foods. Some foods are often considered American, including hamburgers, hot dogs, fried chicken, apple pie, barbecue, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob. But these foods also come from older immigrant traditions. Regional food cultures. Different parts of the country have different styles. South, fried chicken, biscuits, grits, sweet tea. New England, clam chowder, lobster. Midwest, corn dishes, casseroles. Texas, Tex-Mex, barbecue. California, fresh produce, Asian-inspired foods. Because of immigration, foods like ramen, pho, curry, tacos, dumplings, kebabs, and pasta are now everyday foods in many cities. 7. Music and arts in the U.S. American music is famous around the world. The U.S. is home to many important musical styles, including jazz, blues, rock, hip-hop, country, pop, R&B. Almost all of these genres were shaped by African American culture. Jazz and blues came from African rhythms and musical traditions. Hip-hop came from Black and Latino communities in New York City. Today, musicians from all backgrounds contribute to American music. American movies, especially from Hollywood, are also well known worldwide. Many people learn English and American culture through films and television shows. Art in the U.S. is diverse. Modern art, street art, Native American art, digital art, photography, and theater all play important roles. 8. Holidays and celebrations. People in the U.S. celebrate many holidays, both national and cultural. Major national holidays. Thanksgiving, a big family meal with turkey. Independence Day, July 4th fireworks and patriotic celebrations. Memorial Day and Veterans Day, honoring soldiers. Labor Day, end of summer. New Year's Day, new beginnings. Cultural and religious holidays. Because the country is diverse, many holidays are celebrated. Christmas, Hanukkah, Easter, Ramadan and Eid, Diwali, Lunar New Year, Kwanzaa, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth. These holidays help people express their cultural identities. 9. Work culture in the United States. Americans often value hard work and productivity. Many people work 40 hours or more per week. Work values. Being on time is important. People speak directly in meetings. Workers are expected to show initiative. Teamwork is important, but independence is also expected. Americans often link their identity to their job. When meeting someone, people usually ask, "What do you do?" Meaning, what is your job? 10. Education culture. The education system in the U.S. encourages creativity, critical thinking, and participation. Students often ask questions, work in groups, give presentations, join clubs or sports. Universities in the United States attract students from all over the world. Many schools focus on research, innovation, and extracurricular activities. 11. Religion in the U.S. The U.S. has no official religion. People are free to follow any religion or follow none at all. Common religions include Christianity, many groups, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Sikhism. Many Americans identify as spiritual but not religious or non-religious. This freedom shapes cultural life. 12. Beliefs and values shared by many Americans. Even though people are diverse, some values are widely shared. These include freedom, equality, fairness, innovation, privacy, volunteering, community service. Not everyone agrees on all values, but these ideas appear often in everyday life. 13. Regional cultures. Different parts of the U.S. have different cultures. Northeast. Fast-paced life. Strong education and business centers. Many historical sites. South. Warm hospitality. Strong family traditions. Religious communities. Unique food culture. Midwest. Friendly people. Farming traditions. Slower pace of life. West. Innovative spirit. Outdoor lifestyle. Cultural mix. Each region adds to the national culture. 14. Language and communication styles. English is the main language, but many people speak Spanish, Chinese, Vietnamese, Tagalog, Arabic, Korean, Hindi, and more. Americans often speak casually, use humor, avoid long silences, prefer clear and direct messages. 15. Modern U.S. culture, technology and social media. The U.S. strongly shapes global technology. Companies like Google, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, and Netflix influence how people communicate and learn. Social media affects U.S. culture by spreading trends, sharing opinions, supporting movements, connecting different groups. Technology is a major part of life for many Americans. 16. Sports culture. Sports are very important in the U.S. Popular sports include American football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis, track and field. Many families spend weekends watching games or attending school sports events. 17. Challenges in U.S. culture. Even though the U.S. has many good things, it also faces problems such as inequality, racism, political division, healthcare issues, high cost of living in some cities. These challenges shape cultural conversations and debates. 18. The future of U.S. culture. U.S. culture will continue to grow and change. Young people bring new ideas about technology, gender, identity, environment, work, and social justice. Immigrants will continue to share their traditions. The country will keep evolving, creating new cultural expressions. Conclusion. U.S. culture is not one single thing. It is a collection of many cultures living together. It is a mix of Native American, African, European, Asian, Latin American, and Middle Eastern influences. It is shaped by freedom, diversity, creativity, and constant change. It is full of different languages, foods, stories, beliefs, and traditions. Understanding U.S. culture means accepting that the country is always changing. It is never finished. It continues to grow as people share their ideas, hopes, and dreams. This mix of differences is what makes the United States a unique and interesting place.